a very big Swedish retailer that is a fast fashion company where new designs are added to the website practically every day. If you heard of the Shein one, I would like to talk about that one too. Recently there was a factory visit, and the factory looked very brand new, relatively no people, and the person who was being shown, the influencers that were touring the factory, they were like, oh my god, everything's fine. But we'll get to there in another video if you comment down below and request a video. But H&M is the same level. H&M is the second biggest giant in the fashion industry, and the first one is Zara. Zara is owned by Inditex, which owns many other companies. But H&M has stores in 74 countries with over 5,000 stores. So you can just imagine how many people they employ and how big the impact is. Good On You says that the brand impact on planet is always going to be questionable, as they are currently and seemingly for the future are operating with the fast fashion model. And this Swedish retailer have put a target to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. Now they have, like all brands these days, a section of their website where you can go and see their wonderful promises about how they're going to, reduce their greenhouse gas emissions and their clothing recycling programs and all that. However, the evidence is not really there, allegedly. Now let's get into it. So they basically pledged to use 100% recycled or sustainable materials as well by 2030. And if you don't know, there was a horrible disaster in 2013, the Rana Plaza disaster. I believe this is the collapse of a building in Bangladesh. If I'm not mistaken, you can watch the documentary The True Cost, which is very eye-opening. I watched it a while ago. It's been a few, like 5 years, I don't know. It's been a while. And if you didn't know anything about this, I would suggest watching that one, because it opens up to how the workers, how the people are being treated horribly. Because it's hard to convince people sometimes of the environmental impact, and it's, if you see how people are being treated, it might incentivize you to take action in your own personal life. So H&M failed to meet the promise of paying their 850,000 workers a living wage. They said they would do this by 2018. 2018 has come and gone. They promised this, I believe, right after this incident happened in 2013. And the same year, 2018, that they said the factories that supply H&M clothes were named in reports by global labor justice detailing the abuse of female garment workers. So the same factories, the workers that they promised to pay a living wage, people are being abused. And overall, the majority of the materials used by H&M are not eco-friendly, even though there has been a start towards using sustainable and recycled materials like recycled polyester. You might have seen these green tags or a separate tag that has been attached to clothes if you go to H&M or any fast fast fashion brand. If you're not from the UK, you might have not known that Primark is basically on the same level of H&M, and they had a very, very big scandal a couple years ago, and they since changed all of their labels on the clothing, on the tags everywhere, that says now Primark cares. I can talk about this too. And this is the type of stuff these companies do to manipulate us as the consumers. And there's no evidence of H&M being on track to reach its target of reducing emissions, the greenhouse gases. And there is some renewable energy apparently being used as a part of its supply chain. I'm not sure where, the website didn't say it. And some organic cotton and recycled polyester is being used. Again, we're gonna continue with however. Almost none of H&M's supply chain is certified by labor standards, which ensure workers to have health and safety rights. Why wouldn't you have that where you work? Ensure them living wages so they can support themselves and their families, and other labor rights. And not enough facilities have collective bargaining power or the right for workers to make a complaint, so they cannot go to a person in a factory that they work at and say that an abusive situation is happening, for example. They do not have that right. It promotes the disposable fashion and constant rotation of new trends and products just because of the amount of clothes that are being pushed out there. I mean, we see all these trends online and it's hard not to fall for them, right? Because as humans, maybe it just is too deep, but we are social. We love to be in groups. A part of us like to be in groups in terms of fashion and our clothing. You know, I think there's a lot of this you can remember back in your childhood. Some kids are more bratty than others, and they will make fun of you if you're not wearing the type of clothing that is trendy. This happens among kids. Can you imagine how it is like for adults who, are trying to fit into society? And if you're not part of the, higher paid jobs and the elite or whatever, we do try to make ourselves look as if we are, as sophisticated. This goes to, the trends like the, what is it called? Like something inspired by Succession. The rich people clothes. Everybody wants to wear the rich aesthetic, for example. And the trends keep cycling and cycling. And H&M puts out these trends all the time, so you're always, you're kind of like, I can just renew my wardrobe manufacturing or the full impact of this piece of finished clothing to the environment. There's so many things that this piece of clothing goes through. And the products that were allegedly said to be using 30% less water were actually using 30% more water, contradicting the Sustainable Apparel Coalition's version of the scorecard. Retailers have been greenwashing for years, and they often mask cost-saving initiatives with green ones. You can find discounts with green initiatives, and the answer is simple. They wrote, "Get real," said co-founder of RSR Research, Paula Rosenblum. Now, we're gonna move on to another article, and this was written a bit earlier than the one that I just mentioned, and apparently the Guardian had accused H&M. You will come to realize that H&M has been accused of these things for years and years and years. I would say since the massive blowout of the incident in 2013. And the Guardian accused H&M of burning tons of used clothing which were collected from customers in exchange for discount vouchers. And now this is going to be the current topic for today, because I just saw a TikTok which talked about something that we're gonna get to in a bit, but it is about the same thing, about what happens to these recycled clothes. H&M has initiated various old clothes recycling initiatives or programs such as garment collecting, close to loop, conscious collection, bring it. These are all of the things that I saw. According to H&M, they have collected over 100,000 tons of old clothing since 2013 and have reused/recycled 87% of them. But what happens to the rest of the clothes that don't get recycled? I don't know if it's Elco or Ico, a clothing recycling company and H&M's partner, says approximately 20% of the clothes collected from H&M are sent to waste incineration plants to generate energy. H&M said that this was the last resort when it comes to recycling the clothes, when they're so unusable that, they cannot recycle them, they cannot use the fabric or anything, they will get incinerated. And I do not take Mail Online as the most credible source of information. However, they did have citations to where they got the sources, so I'm including a Mail Online article here from last year in November 2022. And this article talks about the mountains of garments promised to be reused by brands like H&M and Zara. And Zara is even worse than H&M, where they recycle 1% of their clothes. And they are flooding the waterways of Ghana. H&M said to recycle only 10% of the clothing. Again, if you see the older article, it says 87%, and the 2022 November article, which is half a year, it has been half a year since it's been published. It says that they only recycle 10%, so what is the truth? And the rest of the clothing that are not recycled, so 90% are shipped over the beaches. Like, imagine heaps of clothes that stands 65 feet tall and was made of layers of discarded clothing dumped on top of each other. ABC reported that more than 15 million used garments make their way into the city from the UK, Europe, North America, and Australia, with at least 40% being of poor quality and are sent straight to the landfills, which are spilling over onto populated areas of the cities. Here's a little fact for you. The average American reportedly throws away 70 pounds of clothing and other textiles each year. The influx of cheap clothes is also hurting the domestic textile industry in Africa, as they cannot compete with the cheap prices of the clothes that are coming from the countries I mentioned a second ago. A quote from a Ugandan retailer of second-hand clothes told Bright magazine, "We used to make clothes, but now there is this new form of colonialism. They want to bring their products this way, so they can't allow us to make our own." A ban on the clothing import was petitioned by several EAC members in 2015. Now you might be wondering, why didn't it get banned? According to the Stern Opportunity, the group was bullied into retracting their petition by the US that allegedly said it would take back the initiatives in the African Growth and Opportunity Act, which is a trading program that gives countries in the sub-Saharan Africa preferential access to US markets and export products tariff-free in exchange for dumping all their waste on their land. And the reason behind the US pushback, argues Mail Online, that if they lost the ability to export clothing to Africa, at least 40,000 jobs in America would be eliminated, and a further 150,000 not-for-profit jobs would be negatively impacted, allegedly. But this article says that the US is more likely to be worried because fast fashion companies may not want to stay in the US. They might leave the US because they wouldn't be able to ship to developing countries. The nation's worn clothing industry sits at $662 million per year. This is the average from the last 5 years, I believe. In this wonderful Medium article written by Mia Otte, I don't know how to pronounce her name, I'm sorry, it was written in 2019, and she gave a great insight to how H&M is using these recycling programs to trick customers to coming back. She says that a few years ago, H&M were on a path to losing more customers. You may have noticed all of the quality of the pieces are horrible. I myself bought something and it was completely see-through. Or sometimes you might notice that the seams rip really fast. Things are not finished. So the customer goes into H&M. They buy a product, they're happy, right? Everything's good. But then the product falls apart. No wonder, because the quality is horrible. You wear it a couple of times, it might shrink, to get discolored, rip, who knows? And the customer is left annoyed and angry. They consequently throw the product away. They feel guilty for throwing the product, and this negative association leads to not shopping at H&M anymore. So H&M decided, what can I do to correct the points in this process where the customer experienced a negative feelings. So, to correct this, in comes the recycling portion of the plan. Instead of improving the quality of the garments, which is the root of the issue, they re-engineer the cycle. If they improved quality, it would also mean higher prices. Therefore, people will not probably be coming back. Who knows? Will they try? So, they need to make the customer feel good about buying a product. And this is the whole purpose of greenwashing. So, this time, the customer goes to H&M, they buy a product, they're happy, but the product falls apart. The quality hasn't changed after all, so the customer is annoyed and angry. But H&M is smart, and there is so many recycling options. You can just, send your clothes to H&M and drop them off the recycling bins. So you go to the store, you donate your product directly to H&M, and then H&M gives you a lovely 15% off coupon, a little discount. So not only do you feel righteous because you've done a good thing by donating your but not usable clothes, you're also happy because now you have that 15% discount and you can go right back into the store and continue buying from H&M. 60% of the donations are still wearable. They get donated to charities, actually. And some charities, they'll get so many donations that they're overwhelmed. And what happens with those? Straight to landfill, straight to developing countries. Like we mentioned before, only 0.1% of the donations is woven into new material. Now, I did not know about this before, but a garment can only stand to be composed of a maximum of 20% recycled fibers without falling apart. So, virgin fibers are still required to do a complete usable garment that is going to stick together. Did you know about that? Because I had no idea. So this program in the end only works to perpetuate the core problem of customers wanting to spend less, buy more, and throwing it away by removing the consumerist guilt that goes along with it. And she finished the article so well by saying, I don't buy it. Literally. Could not agree more. Now, I did paraphrase and add my own commentary in between that. I hope you enjoyed the dramatics. But the last thing that I was going to mention, which today I saw on TikTok, that a Swedish company placed air tags into the clothes that went into these recycling bins at H&M. So with the air tag you can track it anywhere it goes, and guess where they ended up? In a landfill. They were shipped out to a landfill instead of being recycled as H&M claims. And lastly, again, if you want to do something to make a difference, you can go check out the OR Foundation, literally the OR Foundation, or you can go to stopwastecolonialism.org and sign their petition. And they have a campaign that will be mentioned in UK Parliament at the end of this month, so they're hoping to enact some real change. And I just feel like, wow, you know these people are not good, but then you research and then you uncover how is so deceptive, and I feel like companies like to blame the consumer instead of doing anything to fix the problem. And I think this is another example of that, as well as, greenwashing. So I just wanted to share this with you. I do believe this is true crime, because it is a crime against the earth, a crime against our environment, and yeah, and I think it is also a crime against people, because think of all the factory workers, the garment workers that are not being paid a fair, legal living wage. They don't have health and safety regulations. They can't go and make a complaint about someone about abuse in the workplace. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly loved doing this, the whole research and learning new things. Like, I had no idea that a garment can only take a maximum of 20% of recycled fabrics or it will fall apart. I had no idea about that, and I did not mention it before. I can do a separate video again. If you're buying these essentially plastic garments made from polyester, first of all, I would encourage you to don't buy polyester products. It's not worth it. Stick to cotton, linen. Silk is expensive, but hemp, I think, is another option. Do not buy plastic clothes. They're not good for the environment, but they're also not good for you. They're not breathable. They are not recyclable when you wash them. Actually, tiny little bits of microplastics go into our water supply, and they do not get, recycled or anything. So you can easily just drink them from the tap. Just think about that. I don't like that. Every time you wash something, a little bit of plastic goes away. Yeah, I would. And the recycled polyester, it's not actually a good thing, because recycled polyester, it's still plastic, and polyester is made from the process of basically extracting petrol or something like that. So yeah, don't wear plastic on yourself if you can help it. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just sharing information so we can open our eyes together and learn more. Anyways, subscribe if you like this. I am definitely thinking of doing more videos like this, because they personally bring me a lot of happiness. I am very interested